B, your name?
John Schaefer.
So you have the right to a lawyer. You're charged with disorderly person, public intox, and resist and obstruct. Do you want a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
We'll set you up with a lawyer, go out in the hallway, and you'll meet with the lawyer, okay? And then either way, you're coming back in front of me.
Yep.
So he's getting a lawyer. Daniels, Brandon Jack Daniels. 26B150144. See, this is Judge Heston's too, it looks like. Well, at least the ticket says my name.
This courtroom session starts like any other. Routine arraignments, minor charges, quick pleas. But within minutes, it spirals into something far more revealing. Defendants waiving rights they may not fully understand, a judge juggling confusion over case files, and a string of decisions that could change lives in seconds. Watch closely as financial desperation, legal pressure, fun, and raw emotion collide. Because what looks like a simple traffic court morning will soon expose deeper questions about justice, accountability, and second chances. Who's truly learning a lesson here, and who's just trying to survive the system?
But on the register, it's printing out Judge Heston. Do you know, is this mine or hers, Heather?
Let me take a look, Judge. Check the date on it.
Sir, your name?
Brandon Daniels.
All right, so you're charged with driving on a suspended. I don't know if it's mine or Judge Heston's. We're figuring that out.
It
looks
it
like
is yours, Judge.
Okay, so I'm going to just change it on the register here. You have the right to a lawyer if you want one, or I'll arraign you. Let you go talk to the prosecutor, whatever you want to do.
I just want to resolve it.
Well, I know, but do you want a lawyer, or you want me to explain the penalties and your rights and let you go talk to the prosecutor?
I'm all right.
You waive your right to a lawyer? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is alleged that you did on January 20 of 26 operate a motor vehicle with a suspended license on Inkster near King at 9:45 p.m. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail. Costs are all those 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you understand all your rights?
I do.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
$500 personal bond, not guilty, please entered. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. Prosecutor. You must appear in court as directed. You're going to go sit out in the hallway. The Brownstown Township attorney will call you in, and she will talk to you, and you see if you can resolve it either way, whether it's a plea or an adjournment or dismissal, whatever, you have to come back in the courtroom. Okay? So just go right out in the hallway and they'll set you up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Erica, look out, Heather, about 4 weeks. Your name?
Brandon Daniels.
We're going to adjourn this. You guys wanted adjournment for 4 weeks, so we'll adjourn this to March what, Heather?
That will put us to just Brownstown. You're off on the 11th, so that'll put us to the 19th.
19.
I have a question, Your Honor. Does it show on your end the unpaid ticket out of Detroit and what district it is so I can take care of it? All right.
Let us see if you got a warrant, first of all. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, you got a May 8, 25, no proof of insurance. So you got to go take care of the no proof of insurance out of the 36th District Court
36th District.
and be sure to pay your clearance.
Okay.
That's a $45 fee in addition, okay?
Yeah.
So go over and take care of that. I think that's what he wants you to do. Go down the hall, get your notice for March 19th at 8:30. Make sure you take care of it by then, though, okay?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you know where those ladies went?
I'm about to go. I'm gonna go out there and see if they're out there.
Mr. Young?
I'm young.
I think John has to get this guy out.
Raymonte Ronald Young, 25B148921, A and B. And I also have 25W8404566A. Good morning. Mr. Young, your name?
Monty Young. Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, so let's start with, let's see here. Would we have a 921A? Let me see. He's going to plead to no ops and they're going to dismiss the suspend, true?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do on that file?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you pleaded no ops, the possible penalties are up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent, right to a trial by court or jury, right to question their witnesses, right to bring in your own, right to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To that charge, no valid operator's license on person. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle in the township of Brownstown on July 10 of 25 on Telegraph near King?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a valid license on your person?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Please accepted to that charge. The suspend's dismissed, and on 0456A, there's also going to be a plea to no ops. Take the plea to no ops, dismiss the suspend. But I'm not going to dismiss the disobey traffic control device. He's been in default on that. Judgment was entered. Yeah, that would have been defaulted a long time ago, back in November. That's why, because it's in default. Do you still have that showing as paid? Is in default, Heather?
Yes, Judge.
So that one, I'll take the plea to no ops. I'll dismiss the suspend, but he's going to have to pay that one. Okay. If you plead to
That's
no
okay.
ops on this other file, the possible penalties are up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the charge, no valid operator's license on person. How do you plead?
Guilty.
On October 26th of 25, were you operating a motor vehicle in Western Ford Lane in Woodage at 2:07 in the morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a valid license on your person?
No, Your Honor.
Probation or parole?
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
All right, that plea is accepted. So I got to sentence him on 2 no ops cases, and he's got a default charge on a expired plate from 921B and also on the traffic control device from 456AB. He's not in custody on this, is he?
Then he's got some other charges in front of Judge Hess, and that's where he got picked up, the new charge arose. And that's why he was taken in on Monday. We arraigned him on Monday.
No, I was taking in for the warrants I had from Miss McNally. They gave me citations for those other charges.
McNally.
Yeah, that's why I'm in jail. That's why I'm in custody. Because of your warrant, sir.
Yeah, because I said 15,000, 10%.
Yeah.
When you going to grow up at any point, and then 1,500, 10% on the other charge. Go, what are you going to say?
The judge's driving records is not that probably a place where it could be rehabilitated, get a license. I would just ask the court to consider what he's already going to take the hit on the 2 involved victims and the points to go along with those. And then he's done 3 days in jail.
Anything you'd like to say?
Yes, Your Honor. If you will let me be released, I will. I get paid tomorrow. I just started my job at McDonald's a week ago. I literally get my paycheck on the 12th, and I will literally give you your money by Friday. I'm working hard. I lost everything within the last couple 8 months. I'm not trying to sit here and get sympathy or anything, but I will show you that I'm trying to take everything seriously. I gotta go to work today at 6 o'clock.
Well, stop acting like a fugitive, will you?
I got you, Your Honor.
On this case, 100 fines, 50 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 275 or 30 days, credit 3. I'll let you pay this, and that's on both cases. And then we're gonna have him, released to anyway. And, I'm gonna let you pay. I'm gonna do this. I want you to set up another hearing, payment hearing
Okay.
for me, Heather. And we're gonna give him a date right now. He's gonna come in, he's gonna talk to me like a man. All right, that's what we're gonna do. You start saving some money. I'm gonna be very reasonable with you if you come in here and talk to me like a man and quit acting like a little child. Will you do that for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
So give him a hearing date on all 4 of these tickets. Payment arrangement date, call it whatever you want. We'll set it up for a week from now.
Okay.
Can we do it, Heather? I'm not gonna write on these files. Can we do it just like a week from today?
Okay, you want to do it as a due date, Judge, or as like?
I'm gonna set it up because I want those other files out. I don't have the other 2 civil infractions or the 1 civil infraction. And I'm gonna cut him a break if he comes in here with some money. Why don't you set it out about 2 weeks? So I
That'll
can
put
do,
us to the 25th.
perfect. Let's set this up for the 25th, 2 weeks from today, young man. And
Thank you, Your Honor.
and we're gonna set it at 8:30 in the morning, and we're gonna send it to Matt's Drive. That's where your address is, right?
Yes.
So set these up. I'm not writing on the files, Heather. February the 25th at 8:30. Make sure you send the paperwork down. If there's any question, he's to be released on these 2 now, okay?
Okay, Judge.
And I'll cut you a break, but come with some money. Where is the Ms. Hernandez? Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And
Thank
then
you.
does he need to
Where'd
zoom
she
in?
go,
on
Ms. Bosenjoy?
Mr. Haynes?
Were you talking to her?
Oh,
Is somebody bringing Ms. Bosenjoy in
I
here?
asked Will, somebody said she was sitting at the end. I told Will to bring her down.
Please do.
I just, Judge,
Stalin, Moan, Hudson. Which one do you have, Mr. Who?
Raymond Saunders.
Judge, does Mr. Raimani need to go over to Judge Hessens now? I'm not
I
sure. if
don't
he-
know.
That's why I was
I
trying
don't
to
know.
catch Mr. Haynes. I believe he may need to.
Okay, so he's gonna have to go over there now?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Make sure Mr. Haynes knows that.
Tell them you need to zoom into Judge Hessens now.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moan Hudson, 2-6B1500000. Your name? Still on what?
Hudson.
You're charged with possession of tobacco.
What was that? What you're on?
Tobacco.
Yes.
You have the right to a lawyer if you want one. Do you want a lawyer?
I don't have money for a lawyer.
I'll give you one if you want one.
That's fine.
Okay. We'll set you up with a lawyer. Thank you. Saunders,
I've seen Holland.
Trevone Terrell Saunders, 19M714-639FY.
Morning, Your Honor. Michael A. Carlin, B738. What's the name? Defendant?
Did we, your name?
Saunders.
All right, counsel, let me check. This is an old case. Where you been? You live out of state?
Yeah, I was incarcerated in West Virginia and Pennsylvania.
Nice. So we have a possession with intent to deliver less than 50 grams of fentanyl from 2019. For purposes of arraignment, how does he wish to proceed?
Your Honor, thing you with.
All right, sir, I'm going to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything. If you say something in or out of court, whether orally or in writing, it can be used against you. You have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days. You have the right to a preliminary examination within 7 days thereafter. Again, you have the right to remain silent. If you choose to submit to questioning with law enforcement officials, and you don't have to do that, then I do want you to understand that you'd be entitled to a lawyer at that questioning as well. Your probable cause conference, you'll be in front of Judge Hessen, will be February 24th at 9:15. And the preliminary exam will be March the 3rd at 11:30. Okay? Do you understand that?
Oh, yes, sir.
So we're gonna have you fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer going forward. I'll listen to whatever you have to say, counsel.
Your Honor, as my client did mention, he has been incarcerated in Pennsylvania and West Virginia from 2020 up until the very end of 2025. He is currently though staying in Detroit with his mother, 3250 3rd Street. I did write his
32, wait a minute, you wrote it down somewhere?
well, I'll give you 3250 3rd Street,
Okay,
Detroit.
okay.
But I did write his current mailing address, which is in Pennsylvania, on the ROA.
3250 Third, is that 3RD or THRIRD Street?
THIRD.
And you have that zip?
I think it's 48226. So he's staying with his mother. He can stay with her until whenever, until however long he needs, so this case gets resolved.
Does he work? Yeah, do you work?
No, I'm in CEO class. 3 weeks, exactly that.
Where was he picked up at? Do you know?
Troy, in Troy, I was at the gas station. I was driving my car, came up here and they pulled me over and said I had a warrant. But I thought it was clear, so.
Your Honor, he does have a valid driver's license and insurance to be able to get here from staying with his mother in Detroit. Also has 4 young dependents that he helped take care of.
He had to know about this warrant. And he didn't surrender on 100,000, 10%. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. This is the state police, so we're going to have to get on this and get them to get him or what have you, John. So make sure they take care of that. And also, I want to check and see if he was ever printed on this case. I don't believe so. And you weren't printed, so also you have to be printed and photographed. So we'll have to tell them when we call over to the state to have them get them, okay? 100,000, 10%. You're gonna have to post $10,000. No
The
mail.
state trooper is here in the court.
Oh, he is?
Yes, sir.
Where is he? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
Can I
read
have him chime in on bond?
chiming on bond. You want to come on up here? What, you want a lesser bond than that? Is that what?
100,000, 10%?
He hasn't been here. Come on. Your name?
Detective Sergeant Mark Lamb.
Did you want to say something on bond?
Yes, he had been incarcerated. It's an overcharge. And me and him had conversations and tried to get off the record.
I see. Why don't you and the defense lawyer approach? Come on up here.
Yes.
So you want to personal bond? Yes. All right, so you want a different bond. Tell me what you're asking me for, trooper.
I said, since a duration and conversations, I wouldn't mind having a personal bond.
All right. 100,000 PR. Make sure you show up. You understand that?
100%, sir.
All right, 100,000 PR, those are the terms, but he's gonna have to get printed today too,
I
okay?
can take it to the post.
Thank you very much. You'll be released. Good luck. Thanks,
Thank you.
thanks. Is she coming down, Ms. Hernandez?
He said he yelled for her twice. She didn't answer. He thinks she might have left.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Recalling Leslie Bozajor versus Cynthia Hernandez, 2504922. Your name again?
Possibly both for sure.
I'm not sure what I want to do. What, do you want the car back?
Sure. We can resell it. Even if it's damaged.
Who does she think she is leaving like that?
She's not somebody I thought I don't know who she is, Your Honor.
You got to be careful in the future.
She knew my husband had just passed away and I was living alone and vulnerable. And I think she just took advantage of my,
Oh, I don't know what. Jennifer,
Yes, Judge.
do me a favor. Call Miss Hernandez. Tell her I expect her to be back up here in 10 minutes. Leave her a message. If
I can
not,
see if there was a phone number provided by plaintiff.
I'm just not sure what you want to do. You made a lot of mistakes here. You signed the title over when you didn't have the money. You didn't list yourself on the title as a secured party. You took cash. You didn't take it. I mean,
I came to your civil department to find out what I should do.
well, they can't give you
No,
advice.
it's gonna give me a number to a lawyer and that's who I spoke to.
Well, I don't want to know what your lawyer told you. And I don't want to know what you told your
But that's
lawyer.
how I filled out the papers.
Well, it's fine. When I looked at this, you do have, in essence, have a security agreement. But this is unique because, like, if you went to a dealership and you got a loan, the bank's name is going to be on there as a secured party. Your name is not on the title as a secured party. Do you know if she works?
No, she's on disability, I believe. She gets 1,000 a month plus food stamps, and that's why she's living at the towers because it's rent adjusted. You only wanted to make $250 payments for my car, but I told her no, that would take a year for me to pay it off. Yeah, no, I told her, you said you have to make $500 payments. And that garbage she wrote in that paper she gave.
Ma'am, I'm not, I've already decided that. We don't need to.
Those are lies.
We don't need to, I said that 6 times to her. I know, we don't need to revisit that. I'm trying to think of how I can help you. Ma'am, I said 6 times. Anybody listening would have listened and understood that I was calling her a liar. Okay? I mean, there's no question about it. I don't know how stupid she thinks I am. I'm just trying to figure out how I can help you at this point. You got somebody with a title, somebody's got no money, somebody's on disability. They don't have a job where you can garnish wages. Even if I give you a judgment, you got nothing.
She's on probation.
It doesn't matter. That's wholly different. I'm not shocked by that. Is she in front of me on that?
No, first district court.
I want to think about this. I got to think about this. I don't know how I'm going to handle it, to be honest with you. That's going to be best for you.
Whoever's easiest to resolve it, so we can put it behind me.
Yeah, you gotta next time talk to lawyers before you do these things, okay?
Yes, yeah.
I feel like going to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office over this one. That's how certain I am that perjury charges should be filed. I need a week to think about it, okay? Reschedule this for hearing and I'll figure out what I'm gonna do by next week, Jennifer. This is kind of a curveball, so we're gonna give you a date down the hall. Mail it to Ms. Hernandez too.
Okay.
I don't know, I might have you. I just gotta think about it, I'm sorry. All right, set it up for next week sometime, Jen. Oh, you
Okay.
know, it's gotta be at least Wednesday though, right?
Right,
I
because
mean,
we got to give
I-
7 days.
Exactly.
You
Okay.
have a couple landlord tenant things in the afternoon next Wednesday that you
That's
had
fine.
set. Okay,
That's fine.
we'll do it 1
But just
o'clock
remember, next Wednesday, I've got sobriety authority starting at
at
3:30.
3:30. Yeah, or 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Right, thanks.
She wants to see her attorney, she just wants to see the prosecutor, someone's gonna give the Brownstown prosecutor.
Okay, so
Awesome.
you're gonna show up next week. She'll give you a notice down the hall, okay? I'll come up with something. I'll think about something, okay? No problem.
What we witnessed today is a snapshot of how lower courts quietly shape people's lives. Through quick pleas, bond decisions, payment plans, and moments of judicial discretion, some defendants walked out with second chances, others with mounting obligations, and one civil dispute now hangs on the possibility of perjury charges. The broader takeaway, justice at this level isn't just about guilt or innocence, it's about responsibility, resources, funds, and whether people can realistically comply with court orders. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.